Our gracious Lord, thank you for this beautiful time you have given us. Thank you for Yes You Can International Family. Thank you for all today's our moderator and all participants and all speakers around the world. Bless our family, make us instrument of peace, save all of us, hold us close, and I especially pray for everyone's blessing here. Lead us, guide us, and give us wisdom and strength so we can work together for YYCI family and humanity and peace. So thank you, Lord, for this special time you have given us. I especially pray for global peace and global healing. We need you. We need your wisdom. Without you, we can't do anything, Lord. Bless our example leader, our dear Queen Elizabeth, and everyone who are here, everyone who could not join because of some difficulties, some internet problem, some device issues, some electricity issues, but you are the provider of everything. I pray for blessing of everyone. Lord, bless our YYCI family, lead us and guide us in the whole meeting today. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Professor Charles.
Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. And so, righteous Father, with our life, we thank you have for us. We thank you that you are here to do what you have done so far. We pray that your Holy Spirit shall take over this meeting today. We have a befitting conference today, and your name alone will be glorified. All the necessary instruments, all the necessary talkings, we commit them to your spirit, that your Holy Spirit shall take over things we need. Transform life and a peaceful life, and a life that is meaningful to you. The last day, we shall all rejoice and testify and forevermore.
Amen.
Amen.
Right.
Dr. Elizabeth Lucas is a dynamic and motivation speaker. She is based in the United Kingdom. She is the founder and director of Yes You Can International. She has been invited to several international conferences to speak and lecture. She is an intelligent teacher, author, and she is a mentor to the younger generation. Please subscribe to YYCI TV on YouTube to watch her amazing videos. You will be glad you did.
This is just to let you know that there is nothing too difficult for you to do.
If we can change, then everything around us will change.
Without wisdom, you can't really create wealth. We are in the world of creativity. Right. You are all welcome to YYCI. You are welcome to Yes You Can International Transformational Leadership Conference. Yes You Can International is a home of discovery, development, and demonstration, a home of love, relationship, and family, a place of mastering mindset for transformation and building healthier and deeper relationship. YYCI blueprint is time, because time is everything, and time is so costly. So we have used TIME to support our youth, our youth leaders, and young families. T stands for transformation and training. I stand for inspiration and impartation. M stands for mentoring and motivation. And the E stands for empowering and education. YYCI mission is to engage the youth's mind positively and take positive action to help them to focus and not to be distracted, to get better and better, and also to impart into others' lives. They have everything in them to be successful and fulfilling their purpose once they believe in themselves, and we support them, we guide them, we mentor them. They also can take their position and also help others. YYCI is where we have youth leaders empowerment and networking for empowerment, training, practicing their skills, and leadership and networking with one another. So to gain all these skills, we have programs that we have set for them to help them, to support them, to engage their mindset, to use the resources that's available for them at their capacity, wherever they are in every country, district, states, and local area. They also joined us today because we are the world leaders in two ways: to share and also to learn. And same also we leaders, we adults, we are here to learn, to support, to network, to connect, and also to share our wealth of wisdom and knowledge and experience. We welcome you all, our mentors, world leaders, prominent speakers, guests of honors to this platform. And we want you all to share, to learn, and also to impart into our lives, add to our knowledge, add value to us, and also lead us the way. So you are all welcome. Now, let me use this time to welcome all of you all over here. We respect your time. We respect yours. We respect the little time you're going to spend with us today. We respect and we are willing to learn from you. And I want to agree and I want to know, I know that we will also be willing to share, but at the same time, learn from others, because nobody knows it all and we are not perfect. So you are all welcome. I really don't want to waste much of our time today. I'm just going to welcome Reverend Professor Anne Fok Apabio from Nigeria to lead us the way, as he shares his wealth of knowledge and wisdom. You are welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Greetings from Calabar, Cross River State, Nigeria, in West Africa. I greet all of you in the name of Jesus Christ. I am grateful to you, our Queen, for the great work God is doing in your life. And I know that greater things is ahead of us. Father, we are thanking you today as we come into this program to enjoy your liberty, to share the investment you've invested in each of our lives. And I pray, oh God, that more shall be released and we shall have the joy and the reason of gathering together. Thank you, Father, as I kickstart today's program in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. I want to open up by saying that I consider the theme of what we are having for this week, how to transform our leadership and relationship. I see it as a strategic position, transformational strategy, and workable steps to success. And I know if we listen to the speaker as our Queen is telling us, we share our views, and also we learn. We'll get much of what we are to have. So I want to lay some serious foundations here, and then we go. Considering transformation, or the word transform, as change in nature, in disposition, in heart, in character, in form, or experience. I know, or appearance. I know we are entering into a big work that we are to help ourselves and our people to be what they ought to be for God. Looking also at leadership as a lifestyle commitment to another person, or relationship as a lifetime commitment to another person, which develops from day to day and time to time as we interact together. It is necessary that I state a kind of summary of kickstarting today on what I should say steps to success. And when we look at leadership, which is now our part of talking, we see leadership is an action of helping, directing, guiding, controlling, managing, and superintending over the affairs of others. I would now say, if we are to transform our relationship and leadership, it can be looked into this way. I know that there are two types of leadership that we know, and we have been talking summarized into transformational leadership and transactional leadership. There are many leaders who are doing transaction and not transforming. And if we are to do the transforming leadership and not the transaction leadership, I suggest the following as a kind of kickstarting. Number one, that we should establish a clear vision for the group. We need to establish a clear vision for the people, for ourselves. Let the people we want to transform come to understand what we stand for, where we are going, and what we are doing. When we establish that, we show that vision to others for them to follow. Not only to have the vision, to share the vision, we let them clearly understand. Because the Bible says, write it in the book and make it clear so that he that heareth may run. So as we establish, then we provide the needed information for knowledge. You know, there are times leaders who feel that let them continue to do it, but we can be a guide because it's transactional leader, not transactional leadership, but transformational leadership. We show them what to do and we guide them, then we live to see them doing it. We direct others with authority and power and command. There are times that as you go into the leadership, it needs command, it needs authority, it needs also ability to bring the people together and make them. When we have directed them, then we will give them a sense of direction and guide, because we are doing transactional, how to transform a relationship and leadership. By transforming, we now give them direction. This is where we ought to go. The Lord has shown us the way we ought to go. Like the Bible said, he has given us an example that we should follow his steps. So let us, if we are going to do the transformational and not the transactional, then let's give the people the way that they ought to go. When we do that, we look for qualitative material. There are many people in leadership. We must not really release leadership to everyone. We know everyone is a leader in one situation or the other. But the issue of knowing who has the material, who is equipped for the material. Look at when Moses was to choose leaders by Jethro's advice. He said, those who are able men, those who can do the job, those who fear the Lord, there must be some quality that we give if we want to have transactional transformation, because these people must actually come to the light of where we are. And when we have looked for quality material, then we give the people opportunity to serve. In leadership, there must be, give me room, let me showcase. And every person in this life is able and ready to showcase if it's given opportunity. But that opportunity to our youth and to ourselves, sometimes it needs proper guiding. I have seen with my little commitment to God in Christian leadership for 49 years now, I've seen that most of the time when you allow people to do the work, they will do it freely. And at the end, if they do any mistake, we may not criticize them outside. We call them, you did well, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. So this leadership transformation is important, because as we give them chance to do it, we'll see them do well. When we give them chance, we want things also, we teach them where to go and what to do. You know, Moses or Jethro told Moses, remain to these people and tell them what they are to do and where they are to go. We should remain, even when we are leaders, we should also remain mentors and fathers, because we need to show them the way and guide them on what to do. When we do that, we never remember that never walk alone. As a transformational leader, never walk alone. I've seen by experience, all the time is time to teach. All the time is time to share. All the time is time also to learn. As we do this, we see success will be. And I say finally here that we need to give the people the needed protection and importance. We need to give the needed protection. We know today in leadership, there are many people who feel they know too much. There are many people who may not want to receive the person we give to stand in for us. But we need to give them the needed protection. We defend and encourage them. We encourage them, and then we can give them inputs in order to do what they should do. When we get ourselves involved in this way, we are setting a stage for making the work go on. I know others are going to build on this, but remember, we should never be transactional leaders, but we should be transformational leaders. This program is actually an answer to prayers, an answer to the yearning of people. They need to be transformed. Our world is changing. Things are changing. In the Christendom, we need also to guide and to help them go on. We will hear more again when we come our way. But I thank God for all of you. Let's be transformational leaders and not transactional leadership. It will work well and will be good. Let us transform the people. God can make us do, especially relationship, whether human relationship, whether marital relationship, whether work relationship, whether academic relationship, or whatever relationship. All we need is to transform life, transform the people, to make them enter into a transformed people for heaven that will make the best of life. Thank you very much. I'll come your way next time. Thank you, my queen, and thank you all in this program. God bless you.
Wow, 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 wow. What a way to start off the motion this morning. You keep up the time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And we appreciate what you've learned for us. If you don't have a notebook, this is mine. I'm a very good learner. And I want to believe that all our leaders are learners too, because we don't know it all. So thank you so much, Reverend Professor Akpabio from Nigeria. And I wish you all the best as you're going very soon to conduct a wedding. We also use this time to send our love to the couple that are wedding today. God's blessing upon them and safe journey, sir. Thank you so much for sharing with us. One key note that you said today, I've jotted a lot, but the most important thing is we need to aim to be a transformational leader and not a transaction leader. Am I right?
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate you. Now we need to roll the ball because, like I said today, we are not wasting any more time. We're just going to be rolling and learning and transforming our lives even on this platform. So once again, thank you, sir, Reverend Akpabio, for sharing with us this morning. Okay, thank you so much, sir. Now we want to call on the next speaker. Sorry that we are not rushing, but we are keeping to the time. Let me welcome Professor Karudin. I was panicking. I thought you wouldn't join us today. But I can assure you that today is not 5 hours journey.
Oh my God.
So,
I didn't know that I have to speak.
Not yet. I will call you later. We're just welcoming and acknowledging your presence today. Yes, you are going to speak today and you are not going to moderate. So Sit,
right.
alive, and relax. Okay, now
Thank
let's
you.
move on to the the next speaker of the day. In the name of our wonderful sister, in the name of Dr. Rosalind Willing. I know he's not ready, but that is how we're gonna flow today, if you don't mind. Are you ready to share your wisdom? Are you ready, ma'am?
Yes, so it glitched out for a little bit. You were talking to me, right?
Yes, are you ready? Because
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am. I'm excited.
okay, so this is your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. I'm honored, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed participants and beloved members of the Yes, You Can international community. I come before you with a heart full of gratitude and reverence as I extend my deepest thanks to the Honorable Her Excellency, Dr. Queen Elizabeth, the visionary founder of this remarkable organization. It is both an honor and a privilege to be welcomed as a guest of honor to this prestigious global conference, where we converge with the shared purpose and enthusiasm to explore the theme that lies at the heart of our discussions: how to transform our relationship and leadership in a world that is constantly evolving, where challenges are multifaceted and interconnected. The way we relate to one another and the way we lead must also evolve. This transformation is not only necessary, but imperative if we wish to create a more harmonious, equitable, and prosperous future. Our relationships, both personal and professional, form the foundation of our social fabric. They influence our sense of belonging, our emotional well-being, and our collective progress. To transform our relationships, we must first cultivate self-awareness and empathy. We need to become active listeners, seeking to understand before being understood. This change begins with acknowledging and celebrating diversity, embracing the myriad of perspectives and experiences that shape our interconnected world. By fostering open communication, practicing tolerance, and valuing inclusivity, we can transform relationships built on trust, respect, and shared understanding. Leadership similarly is an undergoing profound shift, that traditional nations of leadership centered on authority and control are giving way to a more inclusive, servant-oriented approach. Transformative leadership is about inspiring and empowering others to reach their full potential. It's about creating an environment where innovation and collaboration thrive, where each voice is heard and valued. To lead effectively in this new paradigm, we must lead by example. You know, Jesus taught us through example how to love one another. That is the only way that the world knows that we are his children, is through the love that we have one for another. So the most important part of being a leader and embracing our relationships is we have to lead by example through love. No matter how many degrees we have, no matter how many titles we have on our names, if we are operating in a world without love, we have nothing. We can't lead our children by telling them, hey, you know, be nice to this person, be nice to that person, but yet and still we teach them how to be ugly toward people. No, leadership, effective transformational leadership comes within. It starts from within and it goes outwards. Can we celebrate our sisters and brothers, no matter what title they are, no matter what color their skin is? That's what and how we embrace our relationships in leadership. God bless every one of you, and thank you again. Thank you again, Queen Elizabeth. You are such an inspiration, and I thank you so much for all you're doing, all that you're going to do, and that all you're doing right now. And I ask God to continue to bless you and everyone by the sound of my voice in Jesus' name. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. First of all, we say we are privileged to have you for the first time on our platform, even in this conference. We appreciate you. Thank you, ma'am. We really appreciate your speech, especially sharing with us and enlightening us more to say, love, we need to lead by example through love. And also without love, we are just nothing. And leadership comes from within. And transformational leadership is to inspire and empower others, most especially our youth. So I want to say thank you, Dr. Rosalind Willing from United States of America. I believe that this will not be your last, because we will still knock your door and we'll continue to invite you to still come and share your knowledge, your wisdom, and experience, because I will not put full stop today. I will just put comma, because you are coming back. Thank you so much for
Thank you.
accepting our invitation and sharing on this golden platform. We appreciate you, ma'am. Let me seize this opportunity to acknowledge all our leaders on this platform. We want to thank you, Professor Nada, Bishop Nelson, Dr. Jenny from USA, Dr. Sean Sackton, Ambassador Azagil from Pakistan, Honorable Dr. Pradhan Mejabin from India, I suppose. She will correct me if I'm wrong.
Bangladesh,
Oh, from Bangladesh. Okay. Professor Charles, my mentor, Dr. Samina Evelyn, thank you for joining us. Professor Karudin, thank you so much, sir. Chaplain, Professor Dr. James Akama, thank you, sir. We really appreciate you. Dr. Aktupati, thank you. My mentor, thank you so much for guiding and mentoring me. Professor Dr. TPS, thank you. Evangelist Grace, thank you, ma'am. We have Dr. Katuna, thank you for joining us. Marcus Sikaludas, thank you for joining us. My big sister, Ambassador Bolatito, thank you, ma'am. Professor Dr. Surajo Bano, thank you. Professor Dr. Adeogun, thank you. Ambassador Simon Baza, thank you. Thank you so much, Robina Pavers, Ambassador Agnes, thank you. Professor Richard Raja, thank you. Muska Rufi, thank you. Alion Rufi, thank you. Roman Sai, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate you, and we believe that by the time we finish our conference today, your life will be transformed, your relationship will be transformed, your situations will be transformed. May I quickly, I just heard a news of our Professor Mary's brother just passed on. Our prayers is to the family and to God to comfort them and also to uphold them at this moment. And we seize this opportunity to also pray for anyone that's at the critical condition, those are in the hospital, those at home, wherever everyone are, that our family, we say God will uphold them and strengthen them and comfort them and free them and heal them and deliver them in the name of Jesus. Transformation is life. So while we're doing our conference, we also need to pause a little bit to remember those that are suffering or that are in critical condition at this moment. So we want to pray for the peace will garrison their heart, peace will reign in their home, and peace will reign in the nation. Amen. Okay, right. Let's move on to call another wonderful leader that is with us today. I want to first of all appreciate you all for joining us. But before we move on, I believe that Professor Dr. P.K. Rajput from
Rajput.
India is about to leave us, and we don't want him to go without dropping his tablet of wisdom. So the stage is yours, sir. Quickly.
Thank you so much. Very, very good afternoon and good evening to all the wonderful, eminent guests here. And I was so happy and overwhelmed because whenever I come on the platform of Yes, You Can International, it inspires me. It gives me a lot of motivation. It helps me that yes, we can do a lot. And as a community, under the great leadership of you, respected Dr. Queen Elizabeth, you always ensure that we should be learning and we should be always giving the back to the community. I was overwhelmed with the words of our respected Bishop Ambassador Dr. Nelson, the way he started it. And then I was listening the wonderful words of the Professor Amibet Alkolo from Kanabar, what is talking about it, that today the requirement is of the transformational leadership. And that's what we require it, because being a corporate person, I always believe in that. So with this, with the due respect, I like to speak few words, which is very important. I like to say that transformational leadership is an ongoing process that requires the complete dedication, self-reflection, and a commitment to grow every time, whenever we meet, whenever we learn, whenever we discuss about it. And that's why we say, leadership is not about being in charge. Leadership is not being in charge. It is about taking care of those who are in your charge. The way, respected Queen, you are taking care, right? So that is the real way of the leadership, which even not only me, Mr. Simon Sinek has also said about it. And the relationship are always built on the trust, transparency, and the mutual respect, which is there, which we learn from the leader, which we practice it, and we see the success of it. So to transform the relationship and the leadership, I personally have some points which I keep on working on that. I say I keep on working on that. One is the effective communication, which is the foundation of this strong relationship. You should be very transparent, encouraging, helping. Second thing is building the trust. The trust is a very, very crucial and the strong factor which is going to help us, because the trust long lasted till the time we are there in this beautiful world. Embracing diversity and inclusion. Today we talk about SDG 17 goals. There, if we will not embrace the diversity and inclusion, how will we be able to have the transformational leadership? Developing emotional intelligence. COVID has taught us that yes, emotional intelligence, empathy is the real way to navigate the emotions in a positive and a constructive manner. Then collaborative decision making. Today we are here. Today we are more than 40, 50, 26 participants are there. We are going to learn from all of them. And when we are going to learn, then the collaborative approach is going to give us lot many things to pour, understand. So we can make our decision in a very bigger way. That's why we say, I personally say, we should not have a tunnel mindset. We should have a ship mindset where we can see the entire thing, but the goal is clear, where to reach and how to reach and which way to reach. Coach and the developing others. Today, what you are doing it here, Queen, every time in YYCI, you always help us to develop ourselves. From the entire world, people are coming, they are helping each other. You are giving the leading by the examples. You are always ensuring that adaptability and the continuous learning is a way of life, because that's why we always appreciate that till the time the breath is, the learning continues. And
Thank
promoting of, so thank you so much for giving me time. And thank you once again. I am blessed and overwhelmed for giving this important time to me. Thank you so much. And good day for everybody.
Thank you
you,
so
brother.
much.
Good to see you.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
sir.
much.
Thank you, sir.
We really
Thank you, sir.
appreciate you, sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And I really appreciate how you've started with us by saying transformational leadership is an ongoing process that requires learning. And that is why this platform is all about, for us to come together together with our young generations to learn together, share together, and also impart into other people's lives. So I want to say thank you, sir. And you also say we need to also focus on our self-development. And I will assure you that before we finish today, my mentor is going to share with us on self-love, self-care today. So if you're still around, or if you want to join the Facebook, please keep learning and keep gaining from all of us. Thank you, sir, for your little time. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, now we need to quickly move on to the next guest of honor that we've invited to come and join us today. And in the name of Professor Dr. Fazia Proda Mejabi, you need to teach me how to pronounce your names.
We should all call her Professor. We should all call her Professor Faiza.
Faiza, okay. And she's from Bangladesh, am I right?
Bangladesh.
Bangladesh, okay. So the stage is yours. Please share
Thank
with
you very
us.
much for having me
Okay.
in this wonderful platform. Yes, you can international and my honorable Professor Queen Elizabeth Luca. I'm so happy and glad to be here with all of you. Thank you very much. So as our today's topic is transformational leadership and the relationship. So very simply, firstly, if I have to talk about leadership, I think leadership means influence to others, nothing more and nothing less. Other than some people born with that quality and few might have to cultivate and, develop themselves. So it comes with self-development, self-care, and all this motivational talk. So I'll dive into that briefly. Transformational leaders know how to encourage, inspire, and motivate employees, the team, the group to perform in ways that create meaningful changes into the community, into the society, or any organization they are working. The result is an engaged workforce that's empowered to innovate and help shape an organization's future success. And they conduct any topic or issues with others, which make them to understand and influence to derive their own unique power and to put their own mind. So I think that is the first and main goal for a leader, to acknowledge into others and guide them. So the most important goal of transformational leadership is leaders have to have a keen interest in the growth and development of both the individual and to the team. They aim to empower their subordinates such that they achieve their full potential, improve their skills, talents, and abilities, and grow more confident in themselves and their personal values, definitely, where they are capable of assess and analyze things through deep and critical thinking with empathy, trust, dignity, respect, love, all these things actually required here. So to find a common ground for the effective outcomes in any organizational performance, transformational leaders create a climate, some kind of environment in which the team members feel involved, they feel they are important. It gives them the strength to work tirelessly and put their 100% out there towards that vision to make it happen, to get the result. And the importance of transformational leadership during change, especially as the time we are passing through right after the COVID. I think this is the high time that everyone at least understand why do we need to go for the transformational leadership or any kind of transformational way to improve ourselves. So individual and organization successful adaptation to their new environment requires more individuals leading the change as transformational leaders. Transformational leaders are able to successfully change an organization's culture and develop the system widely alignment of its strategies to meet the demands of its environment, and definitely in input of that diversifying knowledge, education, and workforce as well. So, and these leadership can form into further as a transactional leadership. So earlier, another speaker already mentioned and explained about it, but still I will shed light on it a little bit. Transactional leaders focus on creating defined process that are replicable, which works for in the more bigger group, and it's become easier if we see it in a positive way, provide employees with a framework in which they can be successful. This is step-by-step guides built on best practices and experience, which to help reduce risk and to save time and any kind of error, improve efficiency, productivity, and performance, and mostly save time. Time is crucial to understand its importance and value in our life. As how successful is transformational leadership? If we look around, for example, Tesla, Elon Musk, and any other companies, you will see they always, even Netflix, they always came up with some sort of unique ideas which actually get them to reach somewhere more than average other business or entrepreneur thought of. So transformational leadership could add value to our life, and it can direct and lead us into much more creative, much more new opportunities to collaborate with one another and to empower and encourage the youth. So the leadership style is still practiced throughout the business world today. The transformational leadership theory applicable across every industry, but is particularly very known to the fourth generation industry. So I think we can promote it every field if we focus on that. Here I have, okay. So I will move into a transformational leadership style that I already talked about. What's it's required mostly that freedom of mind, that creativity, productivity, social, especially for social development, community development, as we want to transform to SDG and all these crises that we are going through. And another thing that leadership requires, that is a person has to be honest when they are leading. They have to have that moral and core values, empathy, love, and the mindset of giving to others, helping others, building others. And yeah, here we have that transformational relationship. So I will talk a little bit on this. Okay, so now let's have a look on our transformational relationship. It's very important for all of us to understand the fundamental of transformational relationship. It's not some skills that we can develop and make somebody to feel comfortable and act on that. It's connected to our emotional, spiritual, and feelings, and to perform with honesty and that acceptance for one another. So I think here self-development journey and wellness journey is very important to understand. And by very nature, transformational relationships are about giving the most possible way that one can attempt to helping others. There are about, where they can advance themselves in work, in personal friendship, relationship, any kind of relationship, where you can trust one another and can count for anything that you are looking for. So you could do far more together than alone. I think that is the best way for transformational relationship, because one work when I'm doing something alone, it takes a lot of time, but but the purpose is to reach much more volume in a range. So when we have like-minded people and that kind of transformational relationship that we can count on one another, it can save our time, it can progress, it even can give so many other dimensions and perspectives on that particular topic. The authenticity, compassion, and the honoring of personal power is required for transformational relationship. And the potential for transformation does not exist only for the receiver. So the giver and receiver both has to have that kind of balance to be capable. I'm giving, but so you are not capable of receiving. So there will be a barrier. So I think here few things that people need to acknowledge when they are developing and communicating with their friends and co-workers. So how do we have this transformational relationship? Transformative relationships evolve when both partners take responsibility for their inner work and recognize the sacred nature of their connection. There exists a shared acceptance that love has a spiritual quality and that being together has a transcendent purpose and serves each other of their ongoing growth. So growth is important. Anything we are doing, we must have to understand that I'm adding value to myself and I'm adding value to my friends or to the others that I'm around. And same goes to with everyone has to have that same thought. When we have that same thought, I think we'll find that common ground and that ease to communicate and reach one another, to empower and establish certain idea and concept that we are working towards. So foundation for this transformational relationship is mutual respect, love, and to be open. To be open to listen. So active listening is also required here, where someone is saying something, you listen to them. But most of the time in my analysis, what I face that people are not so cool with listening, average most of the time. So I think that's where the young and the senior have that gap and people stick to their own place. So if we can help to break those barriers between them and bridge that gap with that welcoming manner and understanding, so we can build that transformational relationship even much more easier way, and it will lead us to progress. Here, another thing that we always talk about in a relationship, that we need to be real, being real. So here I have different understanding. Being real could be very subjective to person, it could vary. Sometimes being real is something, if someone is aware of what it takes to be into a transformational relationship, I think he or she has to understand how to be comfortable with that person, with that uncomfortable discussion or their secret things, but where you have to maintain that privacy, that protected environment, so that the other person can be open up to you and can feel that trust that he or she can rely on you. Without that, a transformational relationship to build, I think it is going to be next to impossible. So having that kind of understanding will help all of us to reach there and to have that respect definitely, and which is important to grow and protect the human values, morals, and respect, responsibility, and love for one another. And there is another relationship throughout that transformational relationship, which is known as transactional relationship. So very precisely, if I have to say, a transactional relationship is all about self-benefits, you know. So if some people are acting in that way, I think you cannot say it, but you will understand the vibe. If you are aware of, if you have that self-awareness and actualization and capacity of understanding, you'll see the difference, that someone is only focusing on their own benefits. So that's why you need to analyze, you need to make your own mind whether to go for it or no. So on that note, I'm gonna end my speech here on transformational leadership and relationship. Both are interconnected. Even the leadership, without having that relationship, it is going to be difficult to lead or having that leadership on others and inspire people. So everything is interconnected. On that note, I only understand one thing, that leadership is all about your inner core honesty, faith, belief, and strength, which you really want to add onto others' life. And it is going to reflect through your eyes, through your words, through your movement. And people will understand in time. So yeah, inspiring others in that way could be a magical way to bring that in all our life. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow, wow, wow. You've really, really, really prepared for us. And we are full. You're just going floating, floating. I have to really listen to this video to catch up. everything. Well, you've done very well, and thank you so much. Thank you for giving us the scenario of transformation and leadership, and also transformation of relationship. And I like the last bit that you said, transactional relationship or leaders is about focusing on yourself. And that is not really the sum, although when you focus on yourself, let's put it this way, probably it's kind of self-care. It can be self-care, it can be other things, but not the other side where you want everything to your side. So we need to balance that. Yes, self-care is allowed, but selfishness is not allowed. If I can
Where
put it
it's
that
actually
way.
only self benefits. I'm working with you, but I'm not looking after you, only my benefit.
Exactly, that is where it's
Self-care, self-development, first thing that we should build ourselves. Otherwise, I cannot
definitely.
help you.
Oh, yes. Thank you so much for clarifying it, because I was just about to ask question, but you just clarify it for me, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Dr. Faza Mejabi from Bangladesh.
Bangladesh.
Yes.
Right.
Thank you so much for joining us for the first time. And that is why we're able to allocate as much as 10 minutes or so for you. We are leaders and we are sharing together. And thank you also, because like I said to our previous speaker, you are once a visitor. After this, we are family. So feel free at any time to come and join us, come and share, and come and learn, because this platform is wide open for everyone to join. So thank you for your time today. I also want to once again appreciate all our great leaders on this platform. Permit me not to mention names now, because I think it's just going to be boring if I keep mentioning them. But there is one of my great leaders I haven't seen for a long time that just joined us, and I just want to acknowledge him joining us today. I haven't seen him for almost a year, and he is, in fact, he was the first person to appoint me as the director of International Youth Society in United Kingdom, and we've been working together until he has a lot to be doing. So I just want to appreciate you joining us today. I'm going to call you later so that you can speak to us. That's in the name of Professor Paya Rajna Mahajan. I will call you, sir, later. Okay, let's move on to our next speaking. First of all, permit me to call on Chaplain Professor Dr. Akama, as he's on his way out, and he probably was one of the first people to join us today, so we don't want him to leave us without sharing. Sir, for 3 minutes. 3 minutes, please share with us. Chaplain Professor Dr. Akama, I can see you. Are you sharing with us quickly?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
Okay.
Dr. Jared Akama on Yarin.
Oh, Jerry, yes.
Now, let me just start by appreciating you for giving me an invitation to attend this important conference. I feel humbled and honored to be with you, and let me just fix my battery.
You understand? In terms of charging our battery, connecting before we meet you. So it's good to charge it quickly. Yes. So are you ready, or should I call another person? Okay, I think, yes, we have to move on, please. And then he can join us quickly. Right, let's use this time. Let me see if okay, let me use this time to quickly call on my professor, my mentor, Professor TPS, to start off with his sharing today. Unless if he can tell me he's not ready. Yes, it's your turn, sir.
Namaskaram. Namaskaram.
If he's not ready, I was going to take over from him. Go ahead, Dr. TBS.
You
Okay.
want to take me, my brother?
No.
No, you do. You do first. I will pick up after you because I got to do my prayers after that.
Okay.
Yeah. Namaskaram. Thank you. It's
Namaskar.
always glad that we are all together to speak on life transformation. The question is whose life? Question is whose life? Most of the time we hear about communication, gathering a lot of information from different places, put them into a sequence. This, you have to be like this, you have to be like this, and that's leadership. That's relationship. I have a basic question. If anybody could answer, I'll be very happy. Who is the king of the forest?
God.
Who's the what? King of the forest.
Yeah.
God.
Lion.
The
Oh,
lion.
lion, yeah.
The lion.
Who made him the king of the forest?
God.
He made himself the king of the
Jesus.
forest.
Are you saying the
Some
king of the
spirit.
forest or the king of all? Is it the
King
king
of the
of the
forest.
Okay.
King of the forest, Queen Elizabeth. Prof.
Okay.
There is a
King of the
great,
forest.
great saying. Na abhisheka ho. There is no specific culture.
Okay.
Na samskara ho. There is no specific putting a crown on the king, the lion, and then say you are the king in the forest.
No, but I changed my mind, Dr. TPS Kumar. It's not the lion that is the king of the forest. It's the lioness.
Yeah, lioness.
I like
Even
that.
better. I agree.
Simhasya kriyate vane. There is no specific ornamentation program, a coronation program for making somebody as the king of the forest. Swayameva Mrigendraja. He declared himself that I am the king. And if somebody have doubt, come in front of me. I will show you. That is the way it behaves. So from the walk, from the behavior, from the way they react, people understand there is a power in that specific animal. So each one of us, my sister Queen Elizabeth, shall I show you the book?
You can share, since you are sharing from it, you can show.
So I described in this book, which I've shared with my sister already, life with harmony in heart. You have to have that rhythm, the frequency, the wavelength in which you behave, so that others will understand, yeah, there is some different wavelength in him. There is a different spectrum in him. And that will declare you whether I'm in harmony with X, Y, Z. When I'm in harmony with, I'm seeing Professor Nada on the left top corner here. When I'm in harmony with Professor Nada or not, I may be in frequency.
Nada is listening carefully. Don't worry. Every word I already remember.
Definitely, the harmony will be there. Otherwise, coherence will be there. So either the match or mismatch depends on my frequency matches with your frequency. That's called what is called harmony. So I have love towards somebody else. As long as I keep love, I'm sure nobody can question my love towards somebody else, because love is not in the other person, it's in me. So it's my self-love, my self-esteem, which declares my leadership and my relationship. The power gained, not power given. It's all the love which I gain, not the love which I give to somebody else. If somebody loves me, definitely we reflect. We have a great saint from India. He says, Manam Darpana Samanam. The manas, the mind is like a reflection. You smile at me, I will smile at you. That's a relationship. So if I can smile at many number of people with different frequencies, I become the leader. So it's all matters in the way you love yourself, show your self-esteem, so that I gain a lot of confidence, lot of courage, lot of interdependent, but dependent with others around me. Because when I'm a master, I depend on my students. I credit myself by saying so and so is my student. So it matters. How much I give is what they give me back. So I have to give everything without jealous, without any measure, without boundaries, support, all the adjectives which you can add in relationship, the commitment, acceptance, intimacy, the boundaryless, limitless passion, the emotional connection, all that with a lot of mutual respect and regard. I'm sure automatically my wavelength will match with many in the world. Not necessarily human being, with the plants, with animals, with cosmos. The whole energy is the intelligence, the emotions, connects me to the society, which connects me to the spiritual world. I'm sure that is what really we all wanted, and that is what I made a little effort to put them together with all my thoughts. Ishitvam cha vashitvam cha. I can only influence somebody when I can get influenced by somebody else. When I surrender to somebody else, I'm sure somebody will see and take me as a role model. So all masters are role models. Mentors have to be role model. It is not the intellectual blah, blah, blah collecting informations. It should reflect from your heart. It should reflect from your soul. You understand it and start talking from heart to heart. I'm sure it gets into the hearts of people, not into the brain. Love doesn't start in brain. Wisdom doesn't start in the brain. And self-esteem is not in the brain, it's in the heart. If you are open for understanding this, I'm sure people will love you. You will become a magnet and all iron powders will be around you. Namaste and pranams is all what I wanted to tell. If in case if you have some questions, I'll be very glad to answer them.
Okay, let's open the floor. Any question, please?
Yes, I do have a question. As you mentioned that everything starts from heart, not in the brain. But from the perspective of neuroscience, if you see whatever we understand or listen, it is through the song first. Because brain doesn't understand the language of Hindi, English, Urdu we are speaking. So they understand the sound and the intonation of the speech when we are throwing. So how, and from this spiritual aspect, as far I know that heart is the magnetic field. When your thoughts emerges or the ideas that come to your mind, when you have put your heart and that thoughts in your mind, if they can connect to one another, then basically it's going to form that exact thing that you, as you said. But as you said that it is only heart, how would you like to, tell me on that?
I suggest you to go through my book, which says Life Made Simple, where I have compared heart and head. Is available on my website. My number is there. Send a WhatsApp. I'll send you this book. I'll tell you, there are 5 indriyas. And all the 5 indriyas, the most powerful is the eye. The second is the ear. The third is the smell. The fourth is the tongue. And the fifth is the skin. I understand everything around me with 5 sensory organs. Understand none of the sensory organs are controlled by brain. It's controlled by emotion. The word heart is a wrong word. In Bharatiya Shastra, in Indian tradition, we have what is called the manas. There is no translation in Western science. So I put that as heart. Heart is not what pumps blood. So manas is the software in you which controls your input-output devices. So understand it is not sound and the words. It's all the indriyas which connects me to the social. Anything I have to just look at you to understand my message to you. I can just taste and tell, yeah, a look is good enough, that's tasty or not. Right? The dialogue is not with words, it is with the heart, heart is a bad translation. That's an emotional feeling which I have to express without even speaking. I can show my emotions to you. So the indriyas, my sensory organs, are not controlled by the buddhi, the intelligence, but it is the software. Intelligence is only the backup media hardware which keeps all the data sets. The data doesn't come to you. Assume you have to think about your mother. You don't have to think. Instantly, the mother's picture will tell you, oh, this is my mother. Do you have to think and say, is it my mother? No, no thinking. Actually, thinking doesn't happen because it's just reflects like a mirror. That's why I said manam darpana samanam. Manam is the translation. Mana in Hindi, manas. So it's the mind. No, mind is also wrong translation. Heart is also wrong translation. It's emotional ability for connecting me to the sensory organs which controls all of us. That's without the sophistication, without the control, it is simple. That is why my book is called Life Made Simple. The simple emotions. I react, I ask questions. The quest is from the simple. I don't even think, how do somebody feels if I ask this question? The question comes from the feelings. Thank you for asking.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for answering that question. Thank you, sir, for explaining more better. And I think that is a big bonus for you, our Professor Vasa, because you're going to be getting another book from Professor TPS. So please connect with him and get the book and read and get better understanding. But before we move on, may I quickly express my gratitude to Professor TPS Sasikuma for sharing this very short, but I have a good news for you. The same topic that he's sharing with us, he's also generously sharing the book with every one of us. So he has sent me 68 pages of just what is shared with us today. And please, this book is for every one of us. So please connect with us if you are not on our platform, and then we will be able to send it to you free of charge. Because I believe that he only introduced it, but there's a lot in that book. I've started reading it since yesterday, and I will implore every one of us to grab it and also to read it. For example, some of the topics from that book is the importance of self-love, the ripple effects of self-esteem, the profound impact of self-love on nurturing healthy relationship. And then we have the connection between self-love and loving others. Then we have self-reflection and recognizing values, which is very important. And then we have self-confidence and overcoming challenges. And we have establishing boundaries and healthy relationship. The pursuit of superiority and emotional well-being. I think you need to get this book. So if you really want this book, which I advise every one of us to get it, but let me show you quickly the picture of the book. And please feel free to, and the title of the book is Life with Harmony in Heart, the interplay of self-love and self-esteem towards healthy relationship, written by Dr. T.P. Sasikuma. So that is the bonus for us today. And I want to say thank you so much, sir, for sharing this gift, or giving us this gift for us to enlighten ourselves. So I want to say thank you so much. And please get your copy from the group or request for it direct from me. Thank you, sir, Professor TPS. Okay, we need to quickly move on. Permit me to quickly call again Chaplain Professor Dr. Akama Onyari to quickly share with us, please, sir. 3 minutes.
Thank you so much. And I don't want to spend my time as I
Yes.
was starting to make my remark, power went off. But
Yes,
I
that's
thank God
okay.
that it has come back. Let me just have this to say to today's meeting, and I must appreciate the speakers who have spoken before me and those who will speak after me. They have done a lot of justice to the topic. Remember, the key words here is transformational and relationship. And when you are talking about transformation, you want to change something from the normal into something else. You have to repeat so that it looks better. And when we talk about relationship, it's a way more people are connected. 2 or more people are connected. Or the way people behave towards one another. And you have talked about health relationship. For people to relate to one another, there must be some level of trust and honesty and respect for each other. And of course, as the speakers before me have said, there must be open communication. We must be able to engage. We must be able to have a conversation from time to time. And sometimes for us to move in our relationship in life, my brothers and sisters and my friends, in life, you don't get what you want. You can't. That's not the life I know. But in life, we should be able to compromise for us to move forward. And remember, for us to have this kind of engagement, you have to agree with me that the world has become a global village. We are like in a small village. And if we are in a global village, we must have a partnership. And that is the promotion of Sustainable Development Goal number 17, global partnership. And this is exactly what we are trying to do to transform the leadership and the way we do things and that relationship. And for us to be able to do this is to have the global mindset. And in the global mindset here, I want us to look at is that we have to be open. You know, we have come from, as I said, we have come from a period where people want to do things in secret. We have to have an open mind. We have to adapt to various cultures if we have to move forward. And there is no one way which is correct. And sometimes in life, you can't be right and I be wrong. And all of us cannot be wrong. But we have to be able to tolerate one another. Tolerance is very key for transformational relationship and transformational leadership and relationship. We have to be tolerant to one another. And if the world had learned to tolerate one another, we have to move forward. And all the time, let us not be reactive. Let us be proactive to use our diversity, to use our inclusivity. That's what will take us forward. And as I've said that we have to be open to new perspectives. We have to be opening, like now today, look at it. And I always say that COVID-19, yes, it's unfortunate that it brought a lot of damage to the world, but the most beauty of it today, we will be having this conference physical. But see what COVID-19 So in life, we should always we must always try to see a glass of water, half water, not half empty. We have to embrace the new normal. And for us to move forward and have transformational relationship and change of leadership is we have to be flexible. Let us not be rigid. I compare what you have and what I have, and then all of us will become strong. And of course, what is life is all about? Life is about all experiences. We have to share our common experiences and common struggles, and those are the causes of life, and that's what will make us as good readers. And of course, we have to be early movers, and that's why, my dear sister, Professor Queen, you have come forward and just taken a niche that we have to take care of our young people. One thing we need to know, we tell ourselves that we think that we are going to live this world forever. A time will come when the aircraft will stop and we have to disembark. So for us to move forward, we have to prepare young people. Africa and the rest of the world, we have come from a very bad experience. We have come from slavery, we have come from colonialism. We were all colonized. But when our colonial masters were going, the best thing they did was to be our mentors and coaches for the people who were to take over. So for us to embrace transformational relationship and change of leadership, we have to be mentors of the young people, because they will take over tomorrow. And as much as I always agree with, I always fight with my fellow scholars, I don't want to tell about the young people that they are leaders of tomorrow. They are the leaders of today, because they have to take over today. And they will take over today if we mentor them and coach them. So the young people are looking forward, who are their mentors, who are their coaches. And that's how we are going to transform the world, have the global mindset that we have to deliberately move from the normal to bring young people as in turn for leadership by giving them positions in our respective organization. They have to be members of the board so that they see what we are trying to do. So if you tell them they are the young, they are the leaders of tomorrow, and today they are not on the table, what are they going to do tomorrow when we are not there?
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
So I don't want to, I don't want to say more than that, but I have come at the point that we have to have a paradigm shift on the way we do things. We must, we have to make a deliberate move. And sometimes when I come to conferences like this, I want to hear people report that in my organization, this is how I'm doing transformational change and relationship, that and in my position, like we have young people taking this position, not tokens. Let me submit up to that point. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Sorry that we need to cut your time, because we are, like I said right from the beginning, we want to achieve our goals today of finishing well. So that is why I'm finishing on time. So, but even with the shot that you have shared with us today, I want to say thank you, because you've shared with us that it is time for us to change the norm, to change it to the ways of doing things, to shift the paradigm shift to the way we do things, from the way we do things, and also have a global mindset. I like that word, global mindset. So that means we are thinking outside the box now. And then I like also the way you've involved, you've mentioned the youth, because that is my passion. All these youth are my fulfillment, are my passion. We want to see them taking their position. We want to see them position themselves. We want to see them achieving. We want to see them ascribing and succeeding. We want to save them from destruction and from the wicked people. We want to save them. And we also want to support them in every areas. We want to empower them. And we also want to create an atmosphere that they can live peacefully, joyfully, safe, and also healthy. So thank you so much for really touching that area. Now we need to move on quickly. And I want to say Thank you once again to all our great leaders that are still on the platform, because today is a wonderful day. Yes, it's raining outside. Yes, it might be sunny in some parts of Africa. Yes, but we are all here and we keep on enjoying what life it is. So that will makes me to want to move forward and encourage us to keep learning, keep sharing, and keep touching lives, because that is the legacy that we're all going to leave behind. So on this note, I would also like to welcome Professor Dr. Let me correct myself. Vice Chancellor, Senior Professor Dr. Chaplain General Charles Ebuora from Nigeria, and also my mentor to this platform to share with us.
Good morning, Your Excellencies. I appreciate you. I also appreciate you. All our YYCI members, family, appreciate you for your kind gesture, for your cooperation, for all the works you have been doing globally. And God also appreciates you. Today, I want to talk on transforming our relationship and leadership, and how do we do it. As we all know, and rightly said by all our excellencies, which I appreciate all what they said so far, transforming means being changed into a new creature, a new creation, a total change by the renewing of the mind, the heart. Just like my brother said, Professor Jared, global mindset and global mind or heart sets. I had to add heart sets too, not just mindset, but heart sets. Romans chapter 12, verse 12. Relationship, we are called by God to have the servant heart. Look at that, the servant heart. And in our relationship, we are to give selflessly, always consistent, or considering the other person's needs before our own. We can follow Jesus' example in serving one another. Love as Jesus did. So now I am giving you a new commandment. Love each other. That's just the only way we can transform ourselves and transform the society. Loving each other. Just as we are doing here, we are in one family, we are loving each other. Every month we normally showcase the glory of God by giving that word so that the world will be transformed. If the world is transformed, that shows we are all going to heaven. And I want every one of us to go to heaven in Jesus' name. Leadership is not about position. It's not about privilege. It's not about power. It is about serving others from a place of selflessness and sacrifice that point to God. It is about serving others. If all of us start serving ourselves, serving others, I am telling you, we are going to have a transformed society. Everything will be well sustained, just like we are the SDG. We are saying we want to love ourselves. That's why the SDG have to come on board. We want transformation globally. If there is transformation, you will see peace all over the world, and we'll be able to actualize our dreams. Therefore, to find a transformed relationship and leadership, we need to renew our mind and our heart, our body. We need to have a servant heart by loving one another and serving others from the place of selfishness and sacrifice that point to God and serving others. How do we do what I have said so far? How do we do it? There's a way. I have 3 bullets, 3 strategies we need to consider. What are the 3 strategies? Maybe during the master class, I would express it well. But let me just give it in a summary because I have less than 5 minutes. One, who are we? Who are you? Who are we? To have a relationship with someone, they need to know who we are. Two, we need to make ourselves relevant. We need to do what? Make ourselves relevant. How do we make ourselves relevant? That's the issue now. By making our relevance a priority, by challenging ourselves, we need to challenge ourselves. Why are we not doing what we should do? By becoming a leader, some people are running away from a leader. You need to become a leader so that you'll be able to transform, change things. People are running away. I don't want to because the suffering, the cause. You need to. Everybody should be a leader. Be eager to be a leader. And your leadership should be a good and unique one, not a bad one, because we have opposites. Unique. How to make yourself relevant. Continue to learn. Continue to learn. Continue your education. You learn from people. You go to school. You do all those ones. If there is anything like professorship, more than professor, we want to go far. That is why we need to be learning. Maybe have about 20 professorship or however many. We keep on learning until God calls us. How to make ourselves relevant? We need to expand our network. Expand our network. We need to be vast in technology and to be up to date. We need to develop ourselves professionally. How do we develop ourselves professionally? By attending conferences. We are just like we are attending conference. Now we are developing ourselves. We need to be a feedback counseling. Not what you discuss here. We will not go and give it out. We should go and give it out to other people because some people are unfortunate to have the internet. They are fortunate to be here. So let us go and give it out by our life, by our action, by our undertakings. And by God's grace, we will be able to actualize it. By doing what? Attending training and seminars to renew ourselves. But we don't need to be an ancient man or old man. We need to be an elderly state man. That is why you see us doing this. We don't want to be called an old man. We need to do what? Shadow specialists. We need to be an online courses, doing online courses. We need to attend courses in the college. We need to join professional associates within our fields. We need to have a switch job with co-workers, a switch job with co-worker. That is a situation whereby you are learning a particular thing. You should be able to learn what the other person is doing, because if the person is not there tomorrow, you should be able to help that person out, not to cover up. Having said that, being relevant, we move to the other aspect. We need to keep the connection warm, keeping the connection warm, so as to have a transformed relationship and good leadership. How do we do this? We need to do what? Discover your unique qualities. Every one of us have our qualities. As you have yours, I have mine. You have what? Let us bring them together to actualize that peace. We need to discover the challenges of others. What others have, so we can help them. We don't need to leave them and start rebuking them or keeping that they are lazy. No, you are only opportunity because of the grace of God that has been given to you. That is why you should also share it, so that the grace will be increasing. Not to have it selfish, hiding what you're supposed to give out, because tomorrow you may not be there. Will they be looking for you at your grave, on your grave where you die? No, God will punish you in that grave. You need to give it out, so that just like my Professor TBS, thank you very much, he's sharing his knowledge, because tomorrow if it's not there, those people continue sharing. Tell me why that person will not wake up from the grave and go to heaven. Tell me. Some of us are so greedy. We hide our talent. We hide everything we have. Instead of bringing it out, we try to keep it. This time you will die with it. I'm not cursing you, but I'm trying to tell you what you should do. May God come to help us. We need to do what again? Pave the path to create a strong relationship so as to add value to the relationship. Keep in touch always. We need to do what? Value everything we are doing, bring value to it so that tomorrow you'll be respected, you'll be relevant. Always thank people for their influence. Thank people when you are getting from people, thank them, appreciate them. It's not easy. It takes the grace of God. Don't like God. Let that the 10 lepers. Only one person came to appreciate. Out of the 10. Look at that. And God bless that one person. You also, when you are getting knowledge from people, getting courage from people, try to appreciate that person, not to leave that person. So that person will do more. Otherwise, the person will not leave you alone if the grace of God is on that person. Give them a pat or a pet on the back. Share favorite article. Don't like my friend is sharing article now. Share it to people. It's one of the things. Set up a date with them. Set up a date to be relevant, just like he said.
Yes, I believe it's going to continue soon. Okay. Professor Charles, is he still with us? Or the internet has... okay, I believe he's going to join us to round up his speech. But while we're waiting for Professor Charles to come back, let me use this opportunity to call on Dr. Yanni Rabstad from USA. I know it's a surprise one, so you can quickly share with us 2 or 3 minutes.
Thank you very much for allowing me to share some thoughts. This has been such a fabulous conference. I'm learning.
Oh, they don't want you to give my speech. I will
Okay.
give it. Don't mind them.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Good
Sorry.
rundown of the good book. Good rundown of the good book. Don't like he had done his rundown. He's able to do it. TBS. Look at that. May God bless you. These are the things that is required. You see a transformed life. Everybody will be happy. Tomorrow, now tell me why will he sow if God call him tomorrow? Why will he not rest in peace? He's going to rest in peace. All those people that are holding things, they all will not rest in peace. I don't curse you. I want to change before that day comes so that we know anybody can die anytime. We don't know when. It can be after now. Nobody knows. Those people who are destined to die now. Every one of us are destined to. We all die. You don't need to run away from death. So you do what you should do now so that tomorrow will not be too late. Transforming our relationship and leadership is the process of people working together to achieve the greater good and to accomplish a positive change that comes from the heart in the environment, from the heart. In a relationship, let's always consider the following 5 A's. 5 A's. Consider them very well. What are the 5 A's? Attention, acceptance, appreciation, affection, and allowing. These are keys. I repeat it again. Attention, acceptance, appreciation, affection, and also allowing.
Please slow down for us for that, please. 5 A's.
maybe 5
yes,
A's. Attention.
Okay.
Acceptance.
Yes.
Appreciation.
Okay.
Affection.
Affections.
Okay. And allowing.
Allowing. Okay. Thank you so much, sir.
Yes, allowing to allow. So because of time factor, except you want me to proceed, I've seen the time. If you want me, okay, I continue. Relationship.
No, continue. Round up, sir.
As
Your
a
master
wise
class is waiting for you. During the week, round up.
Thank you very much. I can rest my peace now. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. I know if we give you time, we'll be here all day. And we just want to.
Prof. Queen Elizabeth, can I have my 5 minutes now?
Hold on a second, sir, because we just called on Dr. Jenny from USA.
Right.
So let her
Okay.
finish up and then we can move on from there.
you very
Dr.
much.
Jenny from USA, Rapstad.
Thank you so
Please
much.
share with us.
And Dr. Charles, I think that I'm going to have to take a vitamin in order to meet your energy level.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I just have a few comments, and they're very related to me because you all have made wonderful points. You're covering everything so beautifully. But in my own life, I deal with a lot of people that I'm in charge of for a certain part of their life. And I kind of have the role of the mother because I have to make decisions for them and protect them. And my supervisor recently came to me with a problem with one of my members. And so I had to explain to him, I'm not running a gulag over here. You know, people are allowed to speak if they do it respectfully. And then I realized that his feelings were really hurt and he was taking it out on everybody in my committee. And I said, look, please, there are a lot of innocent people here. And I realize that you're hurt, but try not to bleed all over everybody else, okay? We have to sometimes marshal our ego, and we have to sometimes rise above the petty feelings that we have when we're dealing with other people. And I try to remember that. When I worked in Japan, I learned the concept of wa, and that is do not destroy the harmony of the group. And I've tried to take that with me throughout my life. So in my recent professional experience with the gentleman whose feelings were hurt, I tried to assuage him, but also protect the other members because we want everybody to contribute. This is transformational leadership. We want everybody to feel valued, everybody to contribute, and they can only do that if they feel they're in a safe environment. So that's my 2 cents for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your observation. Thank you for your feedback. We are all learning every day. And sometimes it's the passion, you know, sometimes when we do some things, it's like the passion just come in and
But Dr. Queen, I think that only our Professor Charles, he has that passion. He cannot
yes, a
see
passion
nothing without that. So Professor Charles, a big clap for us.
Yes. So it's the passion that crippling, that is not being we can't when it comes to passion crippling, sometimes we forgot some things, you know, we forget where we are. Well, we still appreciate Professor Charles is my personal mentor. So but we still appreciate that. And also we take your words on board as well, because it's very important that we are sensitive to the platform. I know we are all leaders on this platform. And I also appreciate the fact of your feedback, because no one is perfect and we are all learning every day. So if I have to take something from your intake today, Dr. Jenny, is to be more sensitive to whatever we are sharing on any platform. So we really appreciate that. And also I appreciate my professor, because sometimes when you are passionate about what you are talking, and plus we are from Africa. That's how, when we are passionate about something, you know, we just want to give it all. So we appreciate you, ma'am, for joining us today. And I want to believe that you'll be able to join us next month, where we welcome you officially as our guest of honor next month. So please be ready, and be ready for our knocking your door for the invitation to join us next month, September, the 4th Saturday of the month. If you can, please block that date for Yes You Can International. Thank you so much. And I also say thank you to my mentor. We appreciate you. We appreciate your passion. And please don't go, because I know you've dressed up like you want to go for work. please, even if you go, please come back. This is your platform and we are finishing on time together. Okay, let's move on again and call on our next guest of honor of this occasion in the name of prophetess, psalmist Natasha Jones from USA, sharing with us this moment. Well, they call it August, and we are also in August. So for sharing with us on this August occasion. So you are welcome, ma'am, to share with us.
Thank you so much, Dr. Queen Elizabeth. I am so glad to be here just to share today on transforming relationships and leadership. And today, when I was thinking about when you reached out, like, what can I talk about? Because we talk about so much with relationships and leaderships. And the Lord gave it to me to compare it to agricultural farming, just like a farmer. When they tend to their crop and they care, they have a strategic plan in place. They plan in seasons. They know which seasons to grow, which seeds to sow. So that's what I want to talk about today and give you a few steps on when you apply that with leadership and transform it into relationships. Step number one, you want to make sure that you're planning or you're planting for that harvest season for leadership, okay? The seed of the purpose, just as a farmer plans for the upcoming season, we have to establish a clear purpose for our relationships and leadership. So we have to define our intentions. We have to set goals that are achievable, that are measurable, and outline the different values that we want to cultivate. Because when we do this, that purpose gives us a sense of direction in leadership, a sense of direction in our relationships, and it helps us stay committed when challenges arise. A lot of times people, when challenges come up, they want to back away from the challenge. And that goes to the step number two, which you want to plant. When you face a challenge or when you're in that season of harvest, you want to make sure that you have the soil of your environment. That matters because that soil of the environment represents which relationships and leaderships will thrive, okay? So when you cultivate that supportive and nurturing environment, it encourages you to open up communication in leadership and relationships, empathy, and trust. And one thing about having that is you want to make sure you have a healthy environment that will foster that growth and creativity. And also it will enable your relationships and leadership to flourish. And once it begins to flourish, you will begin to move to step number three, which is to water in the relationship and in leadership, the watering phase. Just like a farmer knows when to water, knows when there's too much water, when there's not enough water, the plants begin to wither and die. Well, that's how it is in leadership. If you're not watering that nourishment of love water, okay? And it's essential for that growth spurt. And in relationships and leadership, love acts as the nourishment and it sustains the growth and it strengthens the bond. When you practice like random acts of kindness, understanding, not being selfish, you begin to water your relationships and leadership, and you'll be able to see it grow and bloom, okay? As you walk in purpose. Step number 4 is to have that sunlight. That is the vision that shines on leadership and relationship of what you have, and it represents clarity. And one thing about leadership, it can cast a vision that inspires other people to want to follow you and want to be transformed, okay? When you share those mutual goals, those dreams, that you support each other's aspirations, that vision will act as a light that illuminates that path to success of what you have. And last but not least, you want to make sure that you're using the harvest, okay? When you use the harvest in your relationships and leadership, that is the power of multiplication, okay? As leaders, we have the power to generate more and to generate greater. And that fruitful harvest, it will yield seeds for the future that's coming up. Not now, but we're planting and harvesting for who's coming behind us. And we're using those lessons learned and the successes to achieve, to aspire, to be able to mentor other people and empower people that are around us to sow their seeds of growth, to create that cycle of transformation organization, and also to multiply that through the community. So when you carefully plan on purpose, when you create that nurturing environment, when you nourish with love and vision and embrace all the challenges with support, you as a leader and you walking in relationships can cultivate that growth that'll transform our lives, not only us, but those around us. And remember, it'll allow us to be patient when we have an off season, when we're not growing anything, when we're not doing anything. Those off seasons mean we ought to serve other people in our off seasons and support somebody else's journey. And by doing so, you'll reap that harvest that'll bring about a positive change in our relationship as we influence the world. And together, I think we can create a compassionate, purpose-driven, thriving community for all people.
Wow, wow, so unique. Thank you so much, Prophetess Natasha Jones from USA. Thank you for sharing from your heart. Thank you for this very valuable that you have shared with us, especially when you say that we need to be planting for harvest as a leader. And we also have to define our intention. And also, I like the way you said, no watering, no nurturing. So we have to keep we need to keep watering what we have planted for us to experience, or for us to have the nurturing leadership, because that is why we are here. That is the reason why we arrange this, organize this conference. That is why we're inviting you and all our distinguished leaders to come around and share with us, because no one knows it all. We are not perfect, and we can learn from one another. So I want to say thank you.
Oh, it told me to talk now. Okay.
Okay, we want to say thank you for sharing with us today. And thank you as well, because I know our time sometimes can be mixed up. Time in America is different from UK is different from India is different from Africa, but we are all here. And that is why I want to say thank you so much from the depth of my heart. I do not take your time for granted. I do not take your sharing for granted. I appreciate you all because you make my day. I can organize this with my team. And if you don't show up, then what will happen? Our youth will not learn anything. But you chosen because you love us too, and you joined us, and we appreciate your time. Some of you will wake up in the middle of the night to join this conference. Some of us, you are tired, you've been working hard all day, and some of us are close to the time of sleeping, but you still made it. And that's why, on behalf of all our great leaders of YYCI, I want to say thank you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing your wisdom, your knowledge, your experience, your experts, and your heart and your time with us. We appreciate you all. Thank you. Okay. As we move on also, I would like to call on Professor Nada Raskofe from Croatia to quickly share with us, and then we'll be able to call others to share with us as well. I told you we are making up the time today. I want to break the record. Are we?
You are already breaking that. You are already breaking the time.
Okay.
Already breaking the time.
So after Professor Nada, Professor Carradine, be ready, because I'm just going to be calling Flo. Professor Paya, please be ready.
Dr. Queen. Can Professor Carradine be before me? He really needs to go to pray.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I've done my prayer. Go ahead. I have done my prayer.
Okay.
All right. The floor is yours.
Okay. So what to say today? Again, I want to say this for all who join us for the first time. We started our year in a new direction, and it is a gratitude to our great Dr. Elizabeth Lucas for doing this amazing Yes You Can International Transformational Leadership Conference. We are building, maintaining our relationships. And as now we are in August, we have so many conferences talking about relation matters with children, families, with our friends, spouse, colleagues, neighbors, customers, business partners, parents, youth, leaders, how to build a healthy relationship, how to maintain a relationship, how to keep our relationship. So I already talk a lot. I every time choose another from this part. So today I choose to talk about a relationship with the friends. So, what it means to be a good friend? Like a researcher, always researching, also witnessing every day around me so many new people. So, the researchers show that friendship has a significant impact on not only us, it has our emotional well-being, physical health. It can affect everything around us, from our blood pressure, our heart, our immune functions, illness. So for this reason, it can be really important to know the meanings of this. We are sometimes really disappointed. Sometimes I also think, no, that you are a foolish person. How you didn't recognize that person? That person don't need to be nearby you in your life. So, but I always look the best in the people. I always try to find something good because God say, try to find, be good to everybody. So even we don't need to be, I don't need to like you, but I have a big respect and I'm always ready to build a friendship. So many of us believe that we have true close friendships, but we not give thought, we not actually define a good friend. It is really hard to define a good friend. So a friend can be someone you are close to years. Friend can be somebody from your, I can say, from your start, from when you learn to talk, when you learn to walk, somebody in your life, somebody from your academician circle, somebody from, but here we have so many I can here on this global level, we have so many friends with which we try to build a family. So it is really hard. It is really hard. And what is reflecting on that friendship? How to really recognize a good friend, how to recognize a bad friend, and using some signs. So there are so many factors. There are so many factors. Friend, can someone be that you will share with them something? What is the difference between the friend? Possible signs of being a good friend. Friend is always there for you. Friend is always there for you. I can say proudly that today on this great Yes You Can International, I have a friend who is always here for me. And that is a good friend because he or she is listening you, doing with you that, sharing the words, sharing the gesture. Good friends will desert you, help you in your hard time, experiencing your sadness, your bad things. You know, every day something is happening. Today maybe is your happy day, but till during that day, who knows what can happen. So we are all experiencing different situations in our life. So a friend is there always for you. Then how can be somebody a friend to you if he or she don't listen to you? A friend always listen to you. So uh it needs to be somebody who feel always comfortable talking. We know to talk by night. We talk by night because we are busy whole day. We are working. We have our jobs. We need to work. So sometimes we feel that we don't have time. We always need to have a time for our friend. he needs to be really on our first place. So think all of us needs to think about that, because talking with somebody, or if you don't listen somebody or don't care, then you cannot say that you have a friend. Then you need to feel good when you are around them with him, her. Good friend is always enjoying spending the time with you. So if you feel that, we sometimes have a feeling that some person tries to be our friend, doing so hard, want to come very closely to us, but our inside always always tell you, I see how somebody is looking me. I see from the eyes what somebody is thinking. I practice that. I do so many trainings on non-verbal communication, verbal communication as a professor working in the education sector. So I need to know that. I need to feel that. I know when somebody is laughing, having fun, feeling connected, somebody who is not feeling good. My students, I see their feeling, I feel their feeling. So that is that. You need to feel good when your friends are around them and try to give your best. Also, there are some empathetics towards you. Good friend is always struggling for you, helping you, experience you, and always being with you. So understanding you, understanding your feelings. So this topic is really deep, and I also want to we can talk I can talk a lot, so I want to say some things. As we need to know what is a meaning of a good friend, we and what we need to do to our friends, we also need to know what are the signs of a bad friend. So that will be my topic next time, but I will only say what they are only around when they need something. We have so many people around us who is always asking something. And yes, you make to that person that you so many people contacting me. Nada, please ask me for the speak. Nada, put me in the conference. Nada, put me like this. Blah blah blah. You see, I do that, but one time you don't do that, you are already our enemy. So I don't need that people around me. Then another sign is they frequently have bad mouth about you. No, smiling, shining, so beautiful, so closely to you. After the conversation with you or after leaving you, bad things, voicing negative things about you, talking, giving. I cannot imagine some words that I can hear when I listen some people. Then they don't tolerate differences. Listen, nobody of us is perfect. We are not perfect. We also, I cannot say Nada, you are the best educator, but I'm giving my best. I'm giving my best. I'm respecting all around me, the leaders, entrepreneurs, everyone. So we need to know that. Then, uh, sometimes they bad sign can be also a flaky friend. What it means, a flaky friend? That is one who is always making plans how to destroy you. Also pushing and not understanding. How can you call somebody your friend if he don't or she don't understand you? Many friends have problems. You can have a problem with your friend. I will say once I go with my best friend. We in Europe have a big opportunity to travel. I'm traveling always in the different European countries. And in Portugal, I go with my best friend because she's working with me. And that was the first journey she had that. She couldn't accept the culture, how the students are doing. So we argue few because I'm more flexible, and I know. And if I think that something will happen, now will something happen to me, this can come, we have a bad time, who knows what can happen to me, but we need to think positive. So that is, sometimes you have little arguing, but a good friend always there to understand. I forget it in the minute. So We need to help with navigating with our friends. We need to do our best. We need to think on this and know, and I will repeat again.
Thank you.
Today, we see lots of different peoples every day. Some are closer to us than others, but we are usually very close to our family and friends. And when we talk with them, we share our thoughts and feelings. Sometimes we are not close to somebody, but we might smile. We might smile to everybody, say hello, even we don't know the name. You know, my grandmother always say me, when she come to live with me, she was every day we go to the walk to the church, and she gives greeting to everybody. I ask her, grandmother, do you know these people? No, nada, no, but you need to have a smile. You need to say everybody a kind word.
Thank
So
you. Thank
I'm
you.
finishing. I want to thank Dr. Queen. Today was this I choose this part of the relationship. So we are coming soon with the master classes with leaderships,
Yes.
and we will have different topics. So join us like
From
today.
Monday.
Monday, yes, very closely.
1 week powerful master class. Join us. Thank you so much, Professor Nada. The topic you just shared with us today is very key. It's very, very important because every one of us in this place today have friends, and you have enlightened us more on what to expect. And even when we are being disappointed, even when we're being discouraged, you cannot change people, but you can change yourself.
Yes.
And you cannot expect too much from people.
Yes.
So you just have to be yourself, be the best of who you are, and make yourself happier. So
yes, and I'm
that
always
is
happy. I'm
really,
always happy.
thank you. Thank you so much. And that is great. That is great. And I really want to invite you all. She's mentioned it. Our masterclass, building relationship and also our leadership, will start on Monday, the same time, 10 o'clock to 12:30.
That's
And
yesterday.
feel free.
Prof. Queen, Monday, that's yesterday. No, just kidding.
From Monday, the 7th of August till the 11th of August, may God help me so that I don't crash by the time we finish on Friday. So please join us, and feel free to join us on probably on Facebook. But if you are requesting for the Zoom link for that particular thing, please request it direct, and I'll be able to give you more information about that. Right. All our guests of honor have shared with us. Now it is time to hear from all our distinguished speakers. And please, can you share between 2 and 3? Because you all agree with me that we should finish on time, isn't it? Can we? Yes, we can. So let me use this opportunity to call on Professor Carradine to start our 2 to 3 minutes section.
Okay, wow, that's very short. Okay, we've heard, thank you, Professor Ambassador Dr. Elizabeth, and my friends. What's
Can
that
Evangelist
noise?
Grace mute
There's a
himself?
background noise.
Evangelist Grace.
Yes, that's okay. That's okay. I'm in control.
Now, there's a plethora of what you call approaches in discussing the topic that we're discussing today. So we have heard plenty of them, but many I've heard are very from their personal experience or from the micro level. So I'm going to take a very contrarian approach. I'm going to look at it from the macro view. So hopefully that some of this latest thinking that you can take a look at it and then see whether it fits you, so that you will be able to enhance your transformational leadership and relationship skills. permit me to allow my slide. I got about 200 slides here. No, I'm just kidding again. Just one slide. Can I have, can I share the slide, Prof. Green? Can I share my slide, Prof. Green?
Dr. Queen, unmute yourself.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Disabled. Okay, okay. I thought it was just one slide.
Okay.
It says here, host disabled participant screen sharing. Can I still share?
Yes, you
No,
can
it's still
share.
disabled.
Okay. All right.
It's still disabled.
Yes, that's it. You can share now.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Prof. Pin. Okay, just one slide. Don't worry. That should summarize what I want to say today. Okay, can you see my slides now?
Yes, we can.
All right. So we all know everybody is talking about the world that we live in. I'm sure we all have heard about the VUCA world, which stands for volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. It's already gone now. Okay, we have to put it aside because the world is continually morphing, continually changing. So there's a new concept now, new thinking now. We call it, so move aside VUCA. We now live in a bunny world. So bunny is the acronym for the forwards. Okay. What bunny really means and the 4 illusions it breaks. Let me quickly go through. Okay, the first one is B stands for brittle, which is the illusion of strength. Now, the belief that everything will be all right is not always true. Embracing a brittle world means letting go of the illusion of strength. So the next one, A. A stands for anxious. And here we have the illusion of control. Okay, the more people hear and see, example, bad news, the more anxious they get because they feel they lose control. So you see a lot of things going on, in your social media and your WhatsApp and whatnot, you get excited unnecessarily. Okay. The secret, we have never been in control, guys. Hence, the A in bunny breaks the illusion of control. Now, the third one, N. N stands for non-linear or the illusion of predictability. Now, there's no simple straight route, say from A to B. Non-linearity has always been there and it is a default feature in any complex system. Now, we finally became aware of this, okay? Thereby breaking the illusion of predictability. And finally, I, the bunny world. The I stands for incomprehensible or the illusion of knowledge. Now, the issue is that we thought we understood and comprehended the world. But no, we never really have. As such, bunny breaks a 4th illusion, and we call that the illusion of knowledge. So this bunny is taking over from VUCA. So that's just what I wanted to share, Prof. Dr. Queen Elizabeth, because everybody was being very micro. So all this, the world that we live in affects us. So depending on where you are, okay, and which culture that you are in. Anyway, the world is now one world. What is happening in UK affects us in KL. It affects somebody in Africa. So, so
thank you.
That's my sharing. Thank
you.
Prof.
That was quick, brief, and at least everybody can see that. Thank you so much. And please, if you want a copy of that slide, I believe Professor Carradine will give you permission. Okay, yes. So we can send you the slide so that you can gain more knowledge from that big, colorful slide.
Bunny world.
Okay. Okay, let's move on now. Can I quickly call on Dr. Katuna Kaili? Are you still here? Because she's been here right from the beginning. Are you here to speak to us, please? Quickly. We don't want to waste much time. Dr. Katuna? Okay, I'll move on quickly and probably she will open her camera and she'll be able to speak. Professor Paya Ratna Mahajan. Hello, sir. Can you share with us quickly? Professor Paya?
It's not the camera.
Yes,
yes.
You are welcome.
Warm greetings and namaste. from Kathmandu, Nepal. And
Nepal.
thank you very much, Professor, our very beloved, um, the Elizabeth. And it have been quite long that we have been connecting and not connecting and reconnecting. It's kind of a transformation, isn't it? So it has been wonderful. Dr. Professor Elizabeth is doing her best, transforming all of us in the leaderships through this YYCI Transformational Leadership Conference. I'm listening to these all wonderful brothers, sisters, and eminent speakers, and profound the leaders from around the world. So I am very happy again connecting with mentor and friends, and who become connecting youths and all the leaders from around the world, connecting each other. And through during the COVID-19, we are very much closer because that time we are always, all the sessions are online. It's not offline. So things has been a little bit changed because after the coming back to normal, so we have been moving to more physical and on-site, online, and I mean the physical events. So I have been moving from Asia to America and to Canada, and few other the sessions are going on, transforming the youths from around the world. So I have been quite for the past few months and years being seeing that how we can transform the young people into the leaderships. And for me, that what I knock it to me is that leadership is the actions, and a leader who can make other people in actions is this kind true leaders. And those leaders should be bring any other leaders. And also, as we are the frontline leaders, we should produce and line up the future lineup leaders from around the world. That means we give back them and produce this kind of leaderships for the futures. That is called like a transformation, that we can transform and transfer our knowledge, experiences to the coming up leaders from around the world. That's what we can do it. So this platform, which Dr. Elizabeth has been creating and giving her time and calling all the leaders from around the world, is uh, very much fantastic. So I really appreciate, and I can see also the friend Faisa is Pradhan from Bangladesh, and also Dr. Professor Nadia is from Croatia, and few other brothers and sisters and leaders is there. I can see. I'm very happy. And even Professor Chaps and many other new friends also I can meet, and hope that I can give more time in coming up few days.
Yes.
But I'm also flying to Sweden next coming Tuesdays, because we are having I'm convening, organizing a global world award and conference that is in Stockholm at the concert hall where the Nobel Peace Prize has been given. So I will send you the details of this the conference, whereby we are meeting all the leaders from around the world. So I would like to invite all of you, in one Dr. Elizabeth, Professor, and also all of you. I'll send you the invitations after these sessions, and that's what I was taught this morning when I was having conversation with Dr. Elizabeth, that what I can do, since now we are in more than offline, now it's online, and in online, and more now it's often physically in person sessions, so we can share a lot of activities going on through our network and our partnerships and collaborations throughout the world. And for me, this is leadership transformation, that we have to be also be transcendental.
Thank you,
whereby, yeah, we are not much moving into transcendental.
Yeah.
And we're just moving only physically. So transformation, transcendental leaderships that we can see as a kind of paradigm of the leaderships. So thank you very, very much
Thank
again,
you so
Dr.
much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today.
See you again some other time.
Yes,
So
thank you so much for joining us today. I know you are very, very busy because the last time we connected was 2021. And I mean, there's a lot of things has happened since then. I believe that that is where it's on your platform of the directors of International Youth Service that I met Bishop Ambassador Dr. Nelson Purvis.
Yes,
he's also in the house. So
Yeah,
that is where we connected. So it was a great platform that time. And I want to say thank you so much. We are still moving on. We are still connecting and we are still doing the great works that we need to do for humanity. So well done. And thank you so much for joining us today. Right. Believe it or not, our time is 12:26 and we aim to close at 12:30. But that is not my custom. My custom is to give everybody opportunity to speak. So bear with me for another 15 minutes that we will close, but I would love to call on all our great leaders to also share on this platform. So let's start with Dr. Katuna. I've called you several times, but I can't hear you. Now let me call on my own big sister, Ambassador Bola Tito. Please share with us. Ambassador Bola Tito Ladapo Ayola, please share with us. Okay, I need to be moving fast now. Bishop, are you ready to share with us? Bishop Nelson Purvis?
Yes.
From Pakistan, please share with us.
First of all, being an ambassador for peace, I just want to say greeting, peace, shalom, salam, assalamu alaikum, namaste, shanti, mabuhai, and many other religious and faith greeting. And I can say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. Before I share something, I am just thankful to my Lord that He has given me opportunity to meet our dearest, great example leader, Dr. Queen Elizabeth, and his kind and humble husband in London. So I'm very happy that I met both of you. And it is a blessing for all of us, and we met in London. So thank you very much for all participants and speakers. I really appreciate your words. You said different leaders have different comments, that leadership is a life commitment. Leadership is building trust. Leadership is respect one another. Leadership is honor one another. And there was a question, who is life? So according to John 14:6, Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So he is the way of the truth and everlasting life. And then we also learned about global partnership. And also we learned who we are. And we can make us good relationship. And then also no water. Without water, we can't nourish. So similarly, without oxygen, we can't survive. So this relationship, this peace is like a oxygen, and we can't live without peace in this world. So leadership is in action. So thank you, everyone. God bless everyone. I appreciate your word, and I can say we are family, we are peace, and we are Yes You Can International. Thank you. God bless everyone.
Thank you so much, my Bishop Ambassador Dr. Nelson Paris. And also we want to, on behalf of myself and my husband, we want to say thank you so much for visiting us here in United Kingdom, spoiling us with flowers and chocolates and a very special dinner with your family, your sisters. We want to say thank you, sir. We appreciate you. We appreciate the honor you've given unto us. So on behalf of myself, my husband, my family, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. And thank you also for quickly joining us today, because you are on a mission and you've been traveling all over the place. You are now in Pakistan doing the mission that God has given you or assigned you to do. And may you come back home to Australia safely. In Jesus' name. Thank you so much for sharing and praying and also loving us with all of your heart and for your time. We appreciate you. I want to seize this opportunity to continuously saying thank you. Thank you so much for joining us to this time. Thank you, Dr. Jenny from USA. Thank you, Dr. Sean Saxton. Be ready to speak now. Thank you, Dr. Samina. After Dr. Son, you are going to speak. Thank you so much for every of our great leaders. Thank you for my one and only Honorable Prince, my personal secretary, my personal everything. Dr. Ambassador Lukman Nuruddin Adeniyi, thank you so much for all the hard works that you are doing behind the scene. Thank you as well to my president, Ambassador Afolabi Timothy. Thank you. Be ready because I'm going to call you to share with us quickly. Also, thank you, my Honorable Idada Offering. Thank you so much for all your services, your great love you have for me and for YYCI. We appreciate you. We love you. Professor Dr. Suryambano, are you there? Yes, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, Professor Richard Rajan. Please don't go because I'm still going to give you opportunity to share with us. I also want to say thank you to Miss Buzari Sai, Miss Robina Vasa Pavas. I believe that Ambassador Saima Pavas was joining us earlier. I think she's left, but we appreciate she's also here in UK, and she is our bishop's sister. And I really appreciate the fact that they honor us and invited us to their house for a great meal. I really appreciate the food. I'm nourishing my body. Thank you so much. I love that. Thank you. Okay. Dr. Sean Saxton from USA. This is your first time, so please speak to us for just 3 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. First of all, I want to give honor to the Spirit of the living God, which is Jesus Christ. Then I want to thank you, Dr. Elizabeth, for allowing me to speak on your platform. And I'm going to give honor and thank my dear sister, Dr. Rosalind Willis, for inviting me. But I just want to say real quick, as I listen and I hear what the Lord is saying to me, and Jesus Christ is the greatest transformational leader that we will ever know. He's the first one that inspired us. He's the first one informed us, and he is the first that transformed the masses. In Matthew 20:25-28, Jesus tells his disciples that leaders should not exercise authority over people. Instead, whosoever wants to become great must lower himself to be a servant. That means as a leader, we are not above those that we are leading. We are beneath them. We are to serve them. We are called to be servants. As a leader, we are to put away arrogance. We are to put away our pride. And we are to know that when we say we are a leader, we are representing something. And for those of us that say we are followers of the Lord Jesus Christ, that means that we are supposed to put down our own pride, and we are to be an example and be the light of Jesus Christ, no matter where we are, no matter what we go through, and no matter how we feel about it. Jesus was offended by many people, but guess what? He made himself no reputation. And too often, many of us that's following Christ, we're making a reputation because we have to be acknowledged by our titles. But that is not a leader. A great leader is knowing when to bow down and be humble and move aside and say, you know what? I'm going to represent Christ no matter what and no matter where. Queen Elizabeth, I really thank you for this opportunity. So I'm going to respect my time and give it back to you.
Thank you so much. And guess what? Like I always say, that you are just passing by, but we are not letting you go. So be ready for us to knock your door and invite you to our next conference to come and share more and more. So thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you for your patience, because you've been here right from the beginning of this conference. Guess what? It's 12:36. I can only ask a permission. Can I continue for the next 10 minutes to call my beautiful, wonderful leaders to share? Because I can't let them go. They have to share from their heart and share what I need to know, what I need to hear, and to learn from them. I believe the answer is yes, I can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Thank you. Okay, Dr. Samina Evelyn, it's your turn.
Of course you can.
But I promise we'll finish before 2. Okay, doctor, or before 1. Dr. Samina?
Okay. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth, I'm also here. I just have a quick walk.
Okay, hold on a second. Let Dr. Samina finish, and then I'll call you, please.
Thank you. I say thanks to Queen Elizabeth, Doctor and Director of YYCI, to inviting me and giving me chance for learning and for continuous education and for support in learning. I am very thankful to you all. I'm saying few words about how to train our juniors. We should give them love, affection, appreciation, protection, encouragement, respect, and support. And the next point is, we should give them equal treatment. No differences between rich and poor, caste or creed. Our attitude should be good with everyone. Our behavior should be good. Our treatment should be equal with everyone. What they are learning, we should keep in mind that what they are learning from us to implement in future life. By our body language, we should exchange smile to others. We should give them good ideas. We should share our emotional connections, love and care by giving them favor in every field. We should be good to everyone, and what is necessary to transformational relationship, be good to everyone, be positive, be loving, be friendly, and in everything we should be affirmative. And these are few points we should keep in mind and repeat as a leader
we should, how I attract wonderful people in my life. I have amazing relationship with my friends and all those who know me. I am a magnet of good relationship. I attract people just like a magnet. I treat my family, my friends, and everyone with good way, in a friendly way. These are a few points of affirmation which we have to repeat every day in our life. And
Thank
we
you
should
so
help
much.
our Jesus Christ that he help us to be good to others. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you.
For
I'm glad
listening.
that you stay behind and share with us, because the other day we missed you and now you are here. And please forgive me for not calling you quickly on that day, because we spent almost 5 hours. But today I have promised myself and I've promised all my great leaders that I'm not going to stay too long. And that is why we want them to be speaking short time. And we really appreciate you, ma'am. Dr. Samina, you are so dear to my heart and you are so dear to us, YYCI. We appreciate you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
You are the queen of our heart.
Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. Now that we've allowed Dr. Katuna to go for our exercise, our walk, yeah, now she's here to share with us quickly 3 minutes.
Yes, thank you, dear Queen Elizabeth. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's really great honor for me to be here, and I will just speak shortly about, yes, student and teacher relationship. So a student and teacher relationship is a classroom, it's a really positive relationship between the teacher and the student in a force to gain trust, respect from each other. This relationship may consist of getting to know your students better, providing choice and encouraging the students to become stronger learners every day. By doing this, teachers are showing respect to their students, valuing their individuality and being polite. Student-teacher relationships are really highly essential in an effective classroom. This can be done by talking with your students, such as asking about their day, or another way could be by listening to your students. This can be done by hearing their opinions, taking into account their interests, and by learning each student's unique learning styles. In addition, you always have to be respectful and fair with everyone. I have chosen this topic because I'm also a English teacher and the school principal at the same time, and I think the student-teachers relationship is really important topic for everyone who have just relationship with their students or children. Also, we can ensure this by not, you should not pick up your favorites in the classroom and having the same corrective behavior for each student. Furthermore, you can get to know your students and their families. This can be done also by paying attention to your students during the classroom and offering them opportunities to talk or share what they want to say about their families. It is also very important to giving your students positive words of encouragement and constructive criticism. It creates trust with your students if they know they can rely on you to be honest. Of course, there are many other alternative ways to build a positive student relationship, but one I can say that just be happy, be kind, and smile with your students. So I just wanted to be short, and thank you everyone for
Thank you so much.
listening to. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing with us today. I'm glad that we didn't miss you today. Thank you so much for
Thank you,
sharing.
dear.
And keep coming, keep sharing, and keep learning from one another. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. We want to quickly move on. I'm not going to go far up to 1 o'clock, because we all need to stretch ourselves, enjoy the rest of the day. We are not extending it. So, but before then, let me quickly call on few people so that they can quickly share with us. 2 minutes, please. 2 minutes, please. I just want to hear your voice. I want you to share something. That's why I don't want you to go without your wisdom. So firstly, I would like to call on Professor Richard Rajan. Professor Richard Rajan. Dr. Lukman Nuruddin. After Dr. Lukman Nuruddin, I want to call on Honorable Idada Offering. Okay, so please, if you are here, can you open your camera, because I'm seeing names, because we're about to end this conference. So if you don't open your camera, I won't be able to call you. Right, my sister, Ambassador Saima Pavas from UK, please share with us quickly. And I want to say thank you so much for hosting us. Ambassador Saima Pavas. Okay, I think it's the connection. Ambassador Saima.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And thank you so much for inviting us to your house for lunch the other day. We appreciate you.
Yeah, you're always welcome.
Okay, so quickly share with us, please.
Yeah. I'm very glad to join this meeting today, and I'm happy to see all of you and for this great opportunity. And thank you so much. You are coming and visiting my house, and also pray for my children. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Can I quickly call on Professor Richard Rajan? Oh, before I say that, next conference, before you go, Ambassador Saima Pavas, next conference, be prepared, because you are going to share with us at least 10 minutes. So prepare your slides and everything. Even if there is no slides, if you have to speak from your heart, I want to hear from you. Ambassador Saima is from UK here with me. So we need to be giving our UK members more chance to share. So please be prepared. Our next conference will be on the 5th, on the 2nd of September, which is the first Saturday of the month. So, okay, let's listen to Professor Rachel quickly. 3 minutes, please. 3 or 2 minutes.
Thank you. Namaste from India. Greetings to everyone. Thanks, Queen Elizabeth, for welcome for me to this platform full of knowledge. All the intellectuals with their expertise share their top-notch views. Transformational leaders empowers others, enabling them to achieve willingly. And if you want something new, you have to stop doing something old. And a good leader is who takes a little more than his share of the blame, a little less his share of the credit. So today topic is very interesting, and as I'm having only 3 minutes, I'll come to the points. Certainly we are having main few points about the transformational leadership. First is vision and inspiration. Transformational leaders articulate a compelling vision for the future, inspiring and motivating their teams to work towards a common goal. And they empower their team members by delegating responsibilities, encouraging autonomy, providing the resources and support which their team needs. And intellectual stimulation. Transformation leaders encourage creative thinking and problem solving, challenging their teams to approach tasking more innovative ways. And individualized consideration, they show genuine care and concern to their team members, recognizing their strengths and needs and providing personalized guidance and support. Charisma and influence is the main thing which the team leaders create. And loyalty and commitment within team is done by only the team leaders. They line up everything. Team leaders are the main source of the inspiration. And communication, effective communication is a cornerstone of the transformational leadership. Leaders share their vision clearly and consistently, fostering open dialogue and transparency. And they are leading by examples. They set high standards for themselves and demonstrate the behaviors and work ethic they expect from the others. Others means their team earning respect and admiration. And the main thing is the other thing is adaptability. They are flexible and adaptable, willing to embrace change and guide their teams through transition effectively. And they build trust through honesty, integrity, and consistent actions, creating a positive supportive work environment. And there is long-term impact.
Thank you
Leadership.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you
so
so much.
much.
Thank
Thank you so much. Don't worry, this is just the pause. We're going to invite you again to come and share with us, and you will have enough time. So thank you. We really appreciate your time. We appreciate what you've said, shared with us today. And we believe that since morning, we've been transforming in our relationship and in our leadership. So I want to say thank you on behalf of the YYCI family. Okay, let's move on. Can I please, because the time is going and we can't waste time calling names, which I know that you are here. Can you please open your camera, please? Evangelist Grace, can you share with us, ma'am? We can't hear you. Thank you so much. Evangelist Grace.
Unmute, please. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So I appreciate Dr. Elizabeth Queen and also Dr. Bishop Nelson Pervez. So they gave me a chance. Then I will share my feeling with the all membership members people. So today I really interested relationship in the like action, and everybody and the relationship is very important for each other. So then we make a good relationship with the people. So I also share when we have then a relationship will be more strong when we feel love to each other, thinking to each other, believe to each other, respect to each other, and we are listening to each other, and then we encouraging to each other. So they all that when people have a problem, then we pray together for each other, then everybody have a strong relationship. Otherwise many people have a problem in the backward area and in the whole world. So when we share our problem, our feeling, then we get the strength from each other.
Thank you.
So in the last, I say, Lord, make us a peace and make us to love and make us where there are hatred. So let we be being your love.
Amen.
So thank you, Dr. Thank you, Bishop Nelson. So I really appreciate.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. We really appreciate it. I know you are outside, but you still made it to share with us, and we really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm sitting outside, so
Yes,
too
I
much
can see.
hot here.
I know, we understand. We understand, Mom. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, guys, I want to quickly call on Offering Idada. If you can open your camera quickly. And after that, I can see that my president is in the house. Ambassador Afolabi, please open your camera after Honorable Idada. Please open your camera. My PA, open your camera, please. I'm begging you. Please open your camera. We have great leaders from USA. They want to see your face.
Yes, our cameras are open.
Okay. All right. Please share with us quickly.
Yeah, I want to really appreciate. Yeah, I've listened. I'm really transformed already. So I've listened and I'm transformed already. So, but I want to use this opportunity to appreciate Yes You Can International for the great job, for the great work, for bringing leaders together in this platform for us to learn. So I want to appreciate you so much. I want to appreciate you guys so much. I listened to all the leaders, all the guest speakers, and it was so awesome. So what much can I say than to say thank you? Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Dr. Elizabeth Lucas. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your time, for standing for hours for this event. So I want to appreciate you. Thank you so very much. That was my contribution. Thank you very much, ma.
Vote of thanks. Thank you so much. Please prepare next time to speak on the topic, because I want you to start sharing your thoughts. And I want to say I appreciate your appreciation. Thank you so much for being there. Thank you for your hard work. Honorable Idada offering has been a great resource and valuable to YYCI. He was in control, and he will still continue being the manager of YYCI TV. So thank you so much for your hard work. You are not going anywhere. We are working together, growing together, learning together, and also moving forward together. Okay, my president, Afolabi Timothy, the president of WPCCDO. He will explain it better, what that's all about. Let's hear from you, please.
Greetings of peace, greetings of peace, greetings of peace. First and foremost, I want to appreciate the leadership of our global chairperson of the World Peace and Climate Change Diplomatic Organization, Professor Queen Elizabeth Lucas Afolalu. She's not only the president and director of the YYCI, she's also the global chairperson of the World Peace and Climate Change Diplomatic Organization. Thank you for your leadership, ma'am. On behalf of the board of trustee and the executive of the World Peace and Climate Change Diplomatic Organization, I bring greetings to us from Nigeria. Just wanted to say two things. First, this is a period whereby there is an economic meltdown globally, and a lot of people are facing a lot. A lot of people are facing a lot, but still, there are a lot of things that we can do. And as our motto of Global Organization states that everything we do matters, I want to encourage us that we should support each and everyone, support one another, one, and also to pray for one another. We can support one another irrespective of our capacity. One of it is also to pray for one another. We need to pray for one another, especially during this period. We should take time to pray for one another. We should take time to pray for Africa. I should take time to pray for America, Asia, and other parts of the world. And also, no matter how small that thing is, you can also share. So please share with your neighbor. You know what you can share. You know what you have that you can share. Please share with your neighbor, especially this period. And also share with your environment. Share with your environment. You may be thinking, how can I share with my environment? One of the ways to share with your environment is to keep your environment clean. Keep it clean. It will help you, and it will also help the environment. everything we do matters. Peace.
Yes, and yes, you can. Thank you so
yes.
much. Thank you so much. Before I call on my PA, because I know he's patiently waiting, I cannot but to call on Professor Dr. Shuraya Bano from India to quickly share with us. And then after that, I'm going to call on Ambassador Aliyon Rufai, because he's been here since morning to share with us. Okay. Professor Dr. Shuraya Bano.
Very good evening. Today the topic is how to transfer our relationship and leadership. In the words of Winston Churchill, success is not final, failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that count. A great leader uses these relationships to work with influence others to achieve common goals and build a shared vision. This skill can be important aspect of team building and allows leaders to enact meaningful change. In the words of Ben Satin, personal relationships are the fertile soil from which all advancement, all success, all achievement in real life grows. As humans, the relationship we form with other people are vital to our mental and emotional well-being and even our survival. In the words of Abraham Lincoln, it is surprising how much you can accomplish if you don't care who gets the credit. Then the points I want to share, how do you build relationship with leadership? Find some way to meet them. Obvious, but to have a relationship with someone, they need to know who you are. Next, make yourself relevant. Having that person know you is the first step. Keep the connection warm. In the words of Earl Nightingale, our rewards in life will always be in exact proportion to the amount of consideration we show towards others. There is a few tips how to improve leadership skill. Select one from the different type of leadership you want to follow. Start reading, join a good leadership development program, gain mastery over soft skills, set clear goals and track progress, take responsibility and volunteer, network with leaders and find a mentor. In the words of John Maxwell, the pessimist complains about the wind and the optimist expect it to the change the leader adjusts the sail. Now I want to share few tips. Top key leadership skills, excellent communication, flexibility, persuasion and influencing, having clear vision, innovation and creativity, effective decisiveness, be able to make plans, look for a mentor. In the words of Helen Keller, optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. Now I conclude. Relationships are a cornerstone of happiness and living a full life. This is because they come with a wide array of rewards. Relationship provide us with friends and family to share our lives with and people who can help us out in tough times. I close my speech with the quoted word of Ben Satin. Personal relationships are the fertile soil from which all advancement, all success, all achievement in real life grows. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Shuraya Bano from India. We really appreciate you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us today and sharing your very, very important messages to us, your tips, your wisdom, your knowledge. We appreciate you, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, Mr. Aliyon Rufai. Did I got your name right? Mr. Aliyon Rufai. Hello, we can see you. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you share with us quickly, please?
Yeah, Leandro. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, all of you. So, hello.
Yes, you can go on. Yes.
Hello.
Yes, you can speak. You
According
can
to time, I take.
We can hear you.
Yeah, yeah.
We can hear
Relationship
you.
and leadership transformation, a journey of growth. Yeah, yeah. Okay. In any journey of growth, whether in personal relationships or leadership roles, transformation is the key as we evolve our interaction with others and our ability to lead also change. This process involves depending, understanding, effective communication, and adapting to new challenges. Embracing this transformation empowers us to build stronger connection, inspire others, and foster positive change. Remember, the path to meaningful relationship and impactful leadership begins with our willingness to transform and grow. That's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
to Queen Elizabeth, and thank you, Nelson, Bishop Nelson, so much. And thank you, all of you. And God bless you, all of you, and yes, you can international.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. I think you are calling from Pakistan, if I'm right. Are you from Pakistan?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
from
yes,
Pakistan.
from Pakistan.
Okay, for Pakistan. Okay, thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. Okay, we need to move on quickly because we're about to end this conference today, but we cannot end this conference without introducing properly my one and only personal secretary, personal assistant, my right hand, my eye, my everything, in the name of Ambassador Dr. Lukman Nuruddin Adeniyi. I want you to share with us today.
Greetings to everyone around the world. My name is Lukman Nuruddin Adeniyi from Nigeria. Deepest appreciations. I thank and appreciate our founder of YYCI International, Dr. Elizabeth Lucas, for planting the seed of conference and making sure that it's become a reality. Our greatest honors for you. Also, our patrons and matrons, our special guest of honors, our speakers, participants, everyone listening to us here and there, we really appreciate you. We sincerely appreciate you for your infallible presence, encouragement that you have been sharing to us. We really appreciate you very much. When we look at this topic, relationship, yes, it's dynamic. It's so dynamic that we have to play a pivotal role, crucial role to push it forward. And that is what YYCI International has been doing from the very start to this moment. Continue the good work and let's join hands together because all of us, we are one and we can make this thing happen. Because this relationship, when we are taking this conference, when we are doing this conference, it doesn't only shape our lives, but it shapes our society and the world at large. And that is what we can start, we can do it. And what we can do, we can achieve it. Without missing words, let me take a special appreciation to our Dr. Elizabeth Lucas Apolalu for doing a very, very great work, humanitarian work, in making sure that this world become a better place to live in, a desirable place to live in. Yes, and yes, Commissioner has been doing this thing from the very start. Without missing words, thanks very much to every one of us, to everyone who have graced this occasion with their infallible presence. Thanks very much. Once again, my name is Lukman Nuruddin Adeniyi.
I would like all of us to please join me with a heart of love and gratitude to express our thanksgiving to this young man that has been my personal assistant, personal secretary. In fact, everything I give him to do, he never turns it down. He never tells me he doesn't have the skills. I just throw it to him and he does it. So please join me in appreciating him today. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Thank you for the great works you're doing. I can call him any time of the day, any time of the night for him to do something. He doesn't have to be a designer. He doesn't have to be a professional. He doesn't have to be a perfect person, but he's still my PA for 3 years. And we still get on and he's working hard. Everything you've seen us doing is the handiwork of only 2 people. First of all, my PA does everything, and also sometimes Honorable Ambassador Idada Offering also manage our YYCI International TV YouTube channel, and sometimes also design some of our book covers. So I appreciate them. And please, once again, help me to say thank you to them. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm not looking for experts. Yes, we can develop from the beginning. And that is the attitude that I have shown to these young ones, that you don't have to be great. But when you start small and develop yourself, then you can be great. You don't have to have everything in the world to become great. But whatever you have within you, you realize it, you recognize it, you develop it, and then you grow it and become whom you want to become. You are not looking for power anywhere. You are not looking for money anywhere. Everything you need is right inside of you. And that is what we are teaching them on this platform of YYCI International. So I want to say from the depth of my heart, thank you so much, Ambassador Lukman Nuruddin. Words is not enough to express my gratitude. In fact, I am so emotional, but I want to say thank you. I humble myself before you, and I want to say thank you so much. I also want to thank Ambassador Indada. Yes, we can fall apart, but we can still rise up again and work together and move forward. Ambassador Indada has his own studio. He has his own TV studio. That is where he is. And he is doing great works right there in Nigeria. And to crown it all, what can I say about today? Thank you so much, Ambassador Afolabi Timothy, for trusting me to be the trustee of WPCCDO. I really appreciate it. And many, many more, because they need us as a leader to nurture them, to love them, to guide them, to mentor them, to train them, to listen to them, to empower them, to do everything for them. When they know that we accept them, they will be free. They will know the right people to go to at the right time. They will not be misled. They will not be misguided. They will not fall into the hands of the evil ones. When we all stand together to help them, when we give them the privilege, when we give them the platform, when we give them and enlighten them to let them know who they are, to let them know how they can achieve, and also to ring the bell of yes, you can into their ears, and to let them know no matter the situation in lives, they can still overcome. No matter the challenges, they can still overcome. No matter how high the mountain, they can still overcome. No matter what is going on in this world, they can still achieve. They can still succeed. They can still become. So that is our job as a leader. And I'm so glad to find all of us, all of you here on this platform, sharing your wisdom, your knowledge and experience to help these young ones and to help myself, because I believe I'm still young and I'm learning every day. Thank you so much for our great visitors that has come to join us today for the first time. Dr. Jenny Rapstad from USA. Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Professor Rajan, thank you, because this is your first time of joining us. Dr. Sean Sackton, thank you so much. Dr. Fajar Mehjabi, thank you so much. Prophetess Psalmist Natasha Jones, thank you so much. What can I say to Dr. Rosalind William? Thank you so much.
My honor. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. My great friends, my mentor, my professor Nada Raskofe, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Professor Karudin, 3 months ago, I called you, I invited you to come and do this job that is so great, that is so challenging. Your first one, you spent almost 6 hours moderating my conference. The second one didn't go far. You spent another 5 hours. Then the third one, I think you spent another 5 hours. And you are still here today, even though I didn't let you to share the occasion, but I still have it in mind that I will call you again. But this is just an evidence that we won't stay too long. So please come back to us and share our conference. My mentors, Professor TPS, I think he's left already. I appreciate you, man, because if you are not there to guide me, I might be at the crossroad, not knowing what to do. Thank you so much, wherever you are. My mentor from Nigeria, my bishop, my vice chancellor of International Intensive University, my big brother, my professor, my general, my doctor, my pastor, Professor General Chaplain Charles Ebuara. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate you. What can I say about my bishop? Bishop Ambassador Dr. Nelson Pavers, the ambassador of peace in the world. Thank you so much, sir. Dr. Professor Suraya, thank you. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much to all our great leaders. Ambassador Saima Pavers, thank you so much. Ambassador Samu Baza, even though we didn't see you today on camera, I still appreciate you. My ambassador from Sierra Leone, Promise Ibrahim Yokpos, thank you so much. Evangelist Grace, ma'am, we appreciate your thoughts today. Thank you so much. Chaplain Professor Dr. Ja Akama Onyari, thank you so much. Dr. Kasif Sia, we miss you today. We didn't see your face and you didn't share with us, but you were here with us always. Thank you so much. Dr. Samina
Electricity problem,
Evelyn,
sorry.
thank you. I just want to believe that sometimes it's the connectivity. So I want to say thank you all. I believe I've mentioned all the names remain, and even those that have joined us since 10 o'clock. Dr. Sean Sackton, I don't know if I've mentioned your name. Thank you so much. This is your first time of joining us. We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
So much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I decided not to even do any announcement today because I want to keep up to the time. But if you want to know anything about YYCI International, You can either speak to me direct, or you can speak to all my mentors and my leaders, and they will be able to connect you with us. Some of you, we might be able to knock your door to invite you to come and share with us. You might even share maybe your 5 to 10 minutes on the conference. But then, if we see that we are not satisfied with the food you share with us, we might want to invite you to come and share the 45 minutes of your time to teach us more of your knowledge and wisdom. So on this occasion, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May his face shine upon you. May the Lord protect you from danger and from evil ones. May you have plenty, even in the times of famine. May all your prayers be answered. May you be filled with joy and your home filled with happiness. May you have peace that garrison your heart. And for those that have lost their family this week, may the Lord comfort them and lift them up. Especially today, as we're about to start this conference, one of our sister's brothers passed on. May her receive the comfort of God. We give you all the glory. Thank you. Thank you so much, our wonderful God, for making this day a wonderful day. So, the last questions I need to ask, which I know that we are familiar with. May I end this conference today?
Congratulations.
We wouldn't like
Yes.
to end it, but you run the time.
Yes, you can.
So, yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you
And the
can.
last
Yes, you
thing I
can.
learned from you
Thank you
today
so much.
was
Thank you
most
so
powerful
much.
thing.
God bless everyone.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
It was
God bless
wonderful.
you. God bless
Wonderful.
you. God bless you.